Hello, and welcome to Living Local with Kim and Rani. We're here to bring you topics that you care about in our area. Whether it's entertainment and technology or giving back to the community, we have it covered. We're located here in Toledo, and we have friends, family, and coworkers all around Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, and Erie County. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear, and thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Living Local. We are here to talk to you about all of the holiday things that we think are worth mentioning in the Toledo area this year. So again, we just want to make sure we say thank you for the nomination for Best of Toledo. Vote does go till December 15th, so we appreciate your votes. We're very excited to have that. We are happy that you love listening. So we've got a few things that you have definitely probably done in the area if you're from around here, but I found a couple surprises I'm excited to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. And not everybody is from here, and not everybody leaves their house at this time or even thinks to go to any of these. So we definitely wanted to talk about some really fun stuff to do in the area with your family to get you in the holiday spirit. We understand not everybody's like us. I'm in the holiday spirit. I mean, the day after Halloween, I'm like, yeah, it's Christmas time.
I am starting to get there. We've mentioned this last week in our holiday episode with Flor and Nosh. I am a bit of a Scrooge.
Yeah.
I've always been a little bit of a Scrooge. I am starting to warm up. I mean, Scrooge does get there one day, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, and you know what? It's almost hard not to when you have kids.
That's the
because
difference.
You're re-experiencing the joy of this time of year. And so we really pulled out so many things that will really get you feeling that joy again. A lot of these really make me feel like a kid again.
They do, yeah.
For some reason, this area is really good about having things that just get you really like feeling like a kid at Christmas time. So let's start with that.
Yes.
Really, one of the first things, coming up is the Mommy Holiday Light Parade.
Yes, end of November.
This one's really fun. So it's November 27th, which is Sunday.
Yeah.
So the Sunday after Thanksgiving, so it's just in time. You know, you have that Saturday, Black Friday, then you have the Saturday to just kind of start decorating, doing your thing, and then Sunday you get to take the kids. It's in the dark, so they light up the floats. Mm-hmm. I remember when we used to be in this. We had people at Buckeye.
We did.
It was so much fun. We'd light up some of our trucks.
Little elf hats.
We wore the hats. It was so cold. It was so cold.
It is a cold time of year, so bundle up. Make sure you take your cocoa. Well, they might have cocoa there.
Yeah. There's
stuff all down Conan. So.
Oh, stuff all up and down, and they have so many coffee shops there.
That's right. We've talked about those too.
So yeah, this one is really fun. There's so many kids too. I'm always surprised how packed it is in a good way. It doesn't feel like I can't get around, but there's a lot of kids just so excited, and candy's being tossed, and everybody is just having such a fun holiday time and enjoying those lights because Mommy has some really nice lights. They light up all the trees all the way down.
Oh yeah, it's quite a sight.
Yeah, so that one's really fun, and best part, it's entirely free.
So yeah, all of these we're going to try and make sure that you know that they're kid friendly. Definitely encourage, but you don't have to have kids to enjoy these. Like you said, you can feel like a kid again. So holiday parade, totally free. Yeah. Love that most of these actually that we have to tell you about are low cost.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these are kind of romantic too. If you're having a date to get to go to a lit up light parade and have a hot beverage and just stand with somebody you care about,
snuggle a little.
Like there's a romantic element to a lot of these. So definitely not just kids, but that is a free event. And again, it's November 27th, and it looks like about 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's gonna get started. Which it's gonna be dark at that time. It's really crazy to start seeing how dark.
It does feel weird.
It is weird, but it's exciting. I love that happens because you see people's lights on your way home from work.
That is true.
I do appreciate.
December, we get to see all the Christmas lights a little on the way home from work, a little sooner than normal. So, next one we've got, of course, Wildwood Manor House. It's a tried and true for the area. Yep. I actually have never been.
Okay, I was totally gonna say that. This is one that I have never gone to.
Oh my gosh.
My aunt tries to get me to go because I think she helps out and she helps decorate.
Does the decoration? It's a big deal to decorate the manor house.
Oh, a huge deal. In fact, you get invited to.
Yes.
So I was part of a group that was invited this year to go help decorate one of the rooms.
That's cool.
And I thought, oh my gosh, what a perfect opportunity for me to finally experience the manor house House. It's, all community volunteers. They transform this 30 areas of the Manor House. But it's not only inside, because the Manor House isn't enormous. It's big, but they have a lot going on outside, too.
The garden out there with, like, the archways and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep, they do, like, photo opportunities and s'mores and cocoa, and you can even go do one of the trails. So you can take the kids out for a fun, like, winter hike and then end up at the Manor House for a little, like, Christmas cocoa and walk around and see all the decorations.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, because walking in the cold evidently is good for you, too.
So. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, it's Toledo, so it may be, 29 degrees this weekend, but next weekend it'll probably be 50. So
that's true. So this does go from December 3rd to 11th, so it's a whole week, first week of December, which is awesome. It gives you time to get down there. Yeah. All day, 10 to 8, and then Wildwood, no registration required. You can find all the information on metroparkstoledo.com.
And free!
It is free, that's right, of course.
Once again, a really nice way. Listen, if you're feeling strapped, and obviously it's that time of year we're all feeling a little bit strapped.
Spend your money on the gifts, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that you're going to find, on this podcast, we're going to talk about a few different opportunities to really get in the spirit without spending a whole lot of money. That being said, we can do some things that there is a cost, but nothing crazy.
No.
When we talk about Children's Wonderland, that's been around for a lifetime.
Yeah, I remember going as a kid. I do. And I think it's still a lot of the same stuff. So it's definitely more kid-oriented. It'll be magical for children. You might feel
a little...
Yeah. You might feel a little less than starry-eyed about it.
But in a way, it's funny that you say that.
Well, we're going to be honest. It's adorable. It is literally called Children's Wonderland.
It's terribly adorable. I will agree with you. And when you say, like, you remember it as a kid, I have very few memories of my child, but I remember going here. Yeah. So it will make memories for your kids.
I remember looking up at the displays. Oh, like, that's how little I remember doing.
Yeah, and the little animatronic people that are, I don't know what they're doing, baking, or it's all different scenes. But you're right. It's as an adult, when I went, I was like, this is not how I remember it, but that's just an adult.
It's for the kids.
It is.
Yeah.
It's for children's eyes, without a doubt. And it will create memories for them. Oh, absolutely. And then, of course, the big guy will be there. You've got Santa, so you can get a good picture of Santa if you don't want to go wait in line somewhere else. This gives you a chance to kind of walk around and then, see him. They have a little train the kids can ride on. It really is so cute.
Less than $10 for anyone that goes, too. So adults are $8, kids are $6, and then you do have extra cost for the train.
But it's not very expensive. And seniors are $6. So if you want to take the grandparents, they always my parents love to go. I don't know why, but they're like, we want to go too. Because to them it's that feeling like a kid again.
Next generation.
It is. It's not, they want to see your kids experience it like they saw you experience it. That's totally the feeling. So definitely that is back, and it is lovely, and it's not terribly expensive, like you said. It's definitely under $10. Now there is an opportunity that they offer, a little bit of an upcharge, but Saturday, December 10th, and Sunday, December 11th. They're doing Donuts with Santa. So that one comes with breakfast, early admittance before the public. For 2 hours, you get to be there, and it's not busy with the public, photo opportunities, unlimited train rides. So that's a little more expensive, but still $16 for an adult, $12 for kids, and you get the unlimited train rides. You get, kind of that personal feel and breakfast.
Yeah.
But they did say the space is limited, so to definitely get on there and make reservations soon. You want to get it in before November's over, for sure.
Yes, it does say November 30th. So you want to make sure you go on to Children's Wonderland to get those reservations in. It is, one of the things I love about Children's Wonderland, it actually goes from the beginning of the month all the way to Christmas Eve. So you can still go on Christmas Eve if you're like me and you've been meaning to get there.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then Christmas Eve comes around and you're like, this is my last day.
How fast it happens. I mean, the fact that we're talking about this right now just kind of blows my mind.
It does still feel like Halloween.
It does. It feels even before that, because we look so forward to all of this, and then it's here. And we're like, oh, yay!
It does go fast. So, Children's Wonderland, Toledo staple. This is at Tam O'Shanter now. It's on Sylvania Avenue. It used to be at the rec center when we were growing up.
Oh, I wondered.
Yeah,
it did move different.
It moved to Tamo now. I don't know how many years it's been at Tamo Shanner, but it's definitely a different. I think it's a different location.
Yeah.
I'm about 85% sure.
Nobody will call us on it probably, so
Probably
it's fine. Just don't look it up. And speaking of places that you went when you were a kid and now you want to revisit, the next one we're going to talk about is holidays on Main Street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know when the last time you went to Sauter Village.
When I was a kid, probably for a field trip. Or if you chaperoned a field trip for your child.
Okay, I didn't do that.
No, one of our friends did, though. So,
yeah, I definitely, the last time I went, we were on a bus, I'm pretty sure. So it was a field trip.
Yeah, I think we carpooled. I remember it very...
Barely.
I
barely remember it. But this is... This is something that I actually have decided I really want to do this year that I've never done. They do, the holidays, and if you don't remember, Sauter Village is, back in the old days kind of a feel. The people that work there are all dressed in, traditional. I mean, they look like they were back in this time period around, and this will be like the 20s.
Yep, yeah, 1920s Christmas Village.
So it's kind of like a Christmas Story, or
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, Christmas Story is more like the 50s.
Yeah, that was a little later.
But this is more Miracle on 34th Street feel. So it's, oh my gosh, like the traditional holiday feelings you will definitely get. They'll have carolers.
Also, if you love Hallmark movies, we were talking in some other meeting earlier today about Hallmark movies. But my point being, I bet you this is just like those little towns they set every single one of the holiday movies in.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be beautiful. I feel like, and I'm sure people have been to, I have never been though, so I think... this is something that I really want to do this year. I know my mom's going to want to go. It says the soda fountain's open for hot cider and cocoa and donuts and treats. All their shopping is ready to go. Their jewelry stores, their clothing stores. They have free train and trolley rides. So you can trolley ride around and carolers, and I think the whole thing is just very you feel like you're just back in that time and that always makes me feel like Christmas, like Miracle on 34th Street. I mean, those are
the classical Christmas.
Classical Christmas, like that's really what this will make you feel like. So that's starting November 26th. So
right after the Saturday after Thanksgiving, then. So yeah.
Yeah, and they said it'll sell fast. So if you want to go, definitely make reservations early online. That one is around $15 for adults and $10 for children. But I think that's going to be worth it. I'm going to check that out this year.
Yeah, that's a good one. Looks like they're doing a screening as well for a short movie.
Oh, really?
It says enjoy watching a short holiday film.
Well, how lovely.
That is lovely. So speaking of holiday films, I was excited to tell you about this one because
nice transition.
Yes. That's why I mentioned it. I went back.
It's good.
Listen, we know what we're doing a little bit. So I was excited to tell you about this one because I know it's a Christmas movie. So It's a Wonderful Life. They're doing a screening of this movie Friday, December 16th downtown and Sunday, December 18th.
Oh my gosh, at the Valentine. So you have the beautiful Valentine Theater. Again, that classic feel.
Yes.
Old cinema feel. And then you get to watch It's a Wonderful Life, which is definitely one of my favorites. That movie is so sweet, and I always cry. I always cry in that movie.
Do you?
Yes!
Still have not seen it. We are 3 years into me telling you I have not seen this movie.
Okay, so if I go to Holidays on Main Street, you absolutely have to go to the Silver Screen Classic Film.
I should.
And it's only $5 a person.
There's also alcohol and popcorn, which get me there quicker.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Cold drafts, full bar, and popcorn available. Fun. Yeah, and again, the admission is $5. You can't do anything for $5.
And you're supporting a great
place. Oh my gosh, you're supporting the Valentine Theater, which, I mean, I can't say enough about. I love the Valentine Theater. I love everything they do. We support their school days program where we bring, they bus in kids from schools all over, from Toledo public schools and different schools around town, and they get to experience theater, and it's amazing. So anything you can do for the Valentine, but honestly, do this for yourself because this sounds fun. This one is the December 16th. So that's Friday, December 16th, and Sunday, December 18th. So so two different.
Friday evening and then Sunday matinee.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. What a nice date night.
What a nice date night. I thought the same thing.
That would be so fun. And again, inexpensive, like a very inexpensive holiday date night.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I would too.
Awesome.
You want to go? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, you are a great date. I will definitely take you. So then, here's another thing that you can do for free.
For free.
Yep. This is a free and very people always love to go to this. So the Christmas carols sing at Rosary Cathedral.
Now, people don't go caroling a lot anymore. So it's not something that, and I do think it's because of reasons like Toledo suburban, like it's a long trek to get door to door and do caroling.
Sure.
It's definitely a passion of days past.
I know.
Door to door wise. But I mean, you can go and see these Christmas carols sung at Rosary Cathedral of all places. This is a gorgeous church.
The acoustics will be
the gorgeous church of Toledo.
Yeah, the acoustics will be amazing. So everything will ring. When you're watching Home Alone and he goes into the church and they're singing the beautiful, songs. This kind of reminds me of that. And if you want to experience that and just enjoy it, it's free. Take the kids, let them experience church, even if it's not a church service. Just going into a church is really special.
Yeah.
To children if you don't.
Yeah, even if you're not
church.
Religious, I think appreciating the churches and the architecture and just the history of them is also awesome, especially in this area with the Catholic, the Catholic parochial schools. And
especially
all that
this one.
Yeah.
I mean, to see this building and to really experience, I'm sure it'll be a beautiful concert. So that is free. And if you are, if you're interested, that's Sunday, the 18th as well, and that's at 3 p.m.
Yep, so the week before Christmas, 3 p.m. It'll be perfect. Just go listen to some carols, see the beautiful art in Rosary Cathedral.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm glad that was on this list.
Me too.
Okay, next up is one we all know because it's voted the best thing that Toledo
It is in
offers.
It is in USA Today's again this year. USA Today's top 10 lights in the country.
Yep, lights before
Holiday
Christmas.
Lights in the country. So lights before Christmas at the Toledo Zoo. All members, they do have reservations. You do want to give them a heads up, just so they can keep the. You can just go online and let them know when you're going to be coming.
Totally. And I mean, when I looked at it, it was like $1,200 for each hour. It really...
It's not going to run out of spots. They just want to make sure that they're counting for traffic.
Without a doubt. And keeping the flow so that you are not backed up. Honestly, it's great. I'm glad they do that. But if you have a specific day you want to go, or your family's coming to town and you want to make sure that they get to see it too, this is the time to jump on there. You want to make sure your time is available. To go see it because it really is amazing. And then they have all really cool stuff to do. They have more of like the boozy cocoa places that you can stop and get drinks and snacks. Oh, yeah, somebody was just saying they have, when you first get into the zoo, they have an area where you can stop and get Christmas ales. So if you love Christmas beer, obviously you want to have just one. They're pretty strong. But that's when you're first walking in, they were just letting me know that that's where they get their first Christmas beer, is when he takes the family to the lights at the zoo. He stops and he gets a Christmas beer to walk.
That's smart.
How fun is that? So that's...
Nice little tradition.
Yeah, but then they also have cool stuff for the kids to do. They can do the ice slides on the inner tubes, which is so fun. They also have bumper cars on ice. Now, I didn't know about this. I just saw a picture of it. It's so cool. It's right in front of like the big concert area.
Okay.
And it's all ice, and there's bumper cars, and you're flying around. It sounds pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool.
I know. And that's not just for kids. I mean, in the picture, there were a lot of adults in those bumper cars.
Okay. Well, this one's for everyone.
Yes. As far as I could tell, it's definitely for everyone.
You need to get some of that holiday stress out. Go bump some cars.
Yeah. And if you have your family coming in town for the holidays, what better way to spend an evening than to get over to the zoo and see the lights? No, so the big, huge tree, which I was so excited about last year, they've changed it.
Did they?
It now changes different lights the whole time. It moves to music. They have all these lights that move to music. So as the music changes, the lights change.
That's cool.
The huge, huge, huge tree that you always take a picture in front of, Oh my gosh. It's honestly, it was breathtaking last year. Like I couldn't stop staring at it because of all the different things it does and how the lights change on it. So it's not the old lights that you used to remember. They are updating constantly.
Yeah.
These, they're amazing. The zoo just really knows what they're doing when it comes to events and how to bring people in. So it's not a waste of money if you're a member. You can get the unlimited visits. But if you're a non-member, you do have to buy tickets. Sometimes I say it's kind of worth just getting a membership because you go to the zoo a couple of times and it will have paid for the lights.
Yeah, absolutely. And you buy your membership, it's good for 365 days. So it's not just this calendar year. You can go next summer as well if you buy this year. We've definitely bought for the lights before and then used it the next summer.
Yeah, I think we go to the zoo probably, I wouldn't say more, but almost as much in the winter as we do in the summer. And only because we got to get the kids out of the house. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to do. They're going crazy. And there are so many indoor great things to see at the zoo. You have the aquarium, the aviary, the museum now. Yeah. And they're all warm and cozy when you get in there. So I swear we use ours year round. To me, it's completely worth it. So definitely we had to talk about lights.
We had to. Mm-hmm. And the best part for someone like me, if you don't get to the lights before Christmas, then the lights after Christmas go through New Year's Eve. So
you're still in the spirit at that point. Yeah, I mean, I am. I would keep my tree up.
It's like the dark zone, right? The time between Christmas and New Year's, no one knows what time of day it is, what year it is.
Totally. And you're generally off of work. So you're like, what are we going to do?
And if you are working, it's a little slow. You know, everyone's home with their family or traveling. So it is that perfect time to kind of just get that last leg. I just had to mention it because like I said, there have been so many years with the hectic schedules going up to the holidays that I've gotten to Christmas and been like, oh, my holiday bucket list. Yeah. Didn't get everything done. So the zoo is one last one you can get checked off on the day after Christmas.
Totally. I think we can probably take a quick break. But when we come back, we've got some ideas for some live Christmas theater, trains you can ride, some Polar Express experiences, and a little bit of a sneak peek of a show coming up that we really want you guys to check out. So hang in there. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new My Buckeye app. Now you can manage your Buckeye broadband account from your iOS or Android device on the go. View and pay your bill, check your data usage, or get help with any technical questions. You can even upgrade and make changes to your Buckeye broadband account, just like that. To get started, just download the app from your device's app store and sign in with your My Buckeye username and password.
Welcome back to Living Local. We are talking all things holiday events in the Toledo area. Now, a lot of these I haven't been to because, like we've established, bit of a Scrooge. Kind of coming around on it. But speaking of Scrooge, A Christmas Carol.
Exactly.
Let's talk about it. So, Christmas Carol is being performed at the Toledo Rep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They're back. The Christmas Carol, I mean, that's just such a classic.
It is.
Plus, I always want to see who's going to play, the Ebenezer Scrooge. That's such a great role.
And each person does it differently because, everyone has their own type of grump.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then all the different ghosts that come. Everybody kind of plays those a little bit different. It's such a fun story. And everybody knows the story, but it's a really fun story to see live in theater because you're watching ghosts showing up in the middle of the night.
I mean, we're probably a little geekier than most when it comes to theater.
Sure.
But it is still exciting to see how the sets roll into the story, how the different costumes get made.
Oh, absolutely. And it has that little bit of a haunted Christmas feel, which is exciting, but it's also very emotional and uplifting in the end. I actually was on tour with A Christmas Carol. I played the silly girl at the party.
Oh, wow, what a part.
It was a very important role. Yes. It was a pivotal typical character of A Christmas Carol. She giggled the whole party, and that was kind of her. That was my role. So yeah, I know I'm famous for it. I think people remember me as a silly girl at the party. But you won't see me in this one, unfortunately. I knocked that out of the park. But
they do have a good run going though, so it'll be on performed for a couple weeks. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, December 2nd through the 18th. And Sundays at 2:30. So
yep. So check out that on tickets.com. They also do group pricing. So if you want to take maybe some people in your department or your company or something like that, it'd be really fun. That's a fun little field trip, if you will. So.
And it says it's a 30-year tradition. So they've been doing it for almost as long as I've been alive.
They have it down. They've got the costumes down. They've got it all down. So it's time. It's time to go see it. If you haven't.
It is time.
Yep. And speaking of theater.
Yes.
Or, I mean,
performances.
Live performance.
So Disney on Ice, of course, everyone knows, comes every year. It will be here December 15th through the 18th this year at the Huntington Center. You can't go wrong with Disney on Ice. Kids love it. They recognize their favorite movie characters. And who doesn't love ice skating? It's
I know, right?
Just fun. It's just fun.
Totally. And it's Huntington Center. That's just fun to go to. The kids get excited. Yeah. They have fun, foods and things that you can, just go see the show.
It's a whole experience.
It is. It's definitely an experience.
So it's definitely worth mentioning. We will be giving away tickets on BuckeyeContest.com I would say count on it for December. Should be right after Thanksgiving. We'll get that going. And you can sign up for contest notification now with text message. So
that's right. And we do so many awesome contests. We give away tickets all the time.
We do. So signing up for text will get you a text based on these BuckeyeContest.com, like Disney on Ice. Right now they've got holiday movie trivia going. That's a popular one with Hallmark. Yeah. And then we also do social media contests. We give away walleye tickets. Those will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
And
Mud Hens, that'll be around the corner in no time.
Oh yeah. So it's definitely worth. I don't know about you. Text, I think, is one of the more easy ways to get information. So
Yep.
We just wanted to mention it in case you're interested in getting those notifications on the Disney on Ice contest that's coming up.
Yeah, and it's not hard. It's not that difficult to win because you're only competing with us, locally, people in Toledo. So So it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. And maybe you'll win the Disney on Ice tickets. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, so check out BuckeyeContest.com after Thanksgiving and give that a shot.
Yeah. So if you're not really live theater kind of a person, but you like movies, you want to see, a little bit of a Christmas movie. Now, everybody considers this a Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yes.
It's a little bit of an untraditional Christmas movie.
Actually, just watching that at my desk earlier today.
Oh, very cool.
I was ready for it.
It's one of those not as traditional Christmas movies, but everybody talks about Die Hard at this time of the year. So the new Key Bank Discovery Theater at Imagination Station is playing it on their huge 4K screen. It's the biggest screen in town. This theater is amazing, you guys. If you haven't been to it, you absolutely have to check out a movie at the new theater at Imagination Station. So they'll be playing Die Hard. It's kind of like a nighttime movie. You get to go. It's really fun when they do these movies. They have really great concessions. They do a special cocktail that you can get at the concessions. So this is a really fun date night that I told my parents about. You guys have to check out these movies, and they've gone to a few of them. They have so much fun going to these. So that you can go see. That's December 15th is the Die Hard movie. And then another movie they're playing earlier than that on December 10th. They're doing the Express.
Polar Express.
Polar Express.
I
want to say the North Pole Express. The Polar Express, obviously the Tom Hanks Polar Express movie, they're doing in 3D on the screen. So that will be crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
If the animation isn't already kind of creepy.
It is kind of. I feel like it's infamous for it, but it's still Polar Express.
Yeah,
and still Christmas.
And in 3D. That is so cool. So they are going to do that. And it's kind of an event, actually. They do this big event around this movie. So you get 90 minutes. It's a 90 minutes, comes with the ticket, so you can be at the Imagination Station, check out the whole Science Center.
See the exhibits and all that.
See the exhibits. Yeah. The kids can play. They'll have, the big guy there, and they'll have, it'll feel very much like you are in the Polar Express. They encourage you to wear jammies. They have hot cocoa and totally. So they give you the whole Polar Express experience with this. So that is December 10th, and I think I'm gonna have to take my 5-year-old.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm not sure how to pick which ones to go to after this, but I have not seen the Discovery Theater, so I would love to.
It's amazing.
I actually haven't seen this movie.
What? You are a Scrooge.
I am. I was not kidding.
So the movie it's interesting. It's good. I mean, it's good. We always watch it. We never miss it. The animation is totally creepy and hilarious. But you have...
it was 2004, so we can give it the 2004 benefit. Like,
yeah.
It was the time when CGI was just starting to get its legs. You know, it was... very video game-esque, I think.
It is, but it's really sweet and very, very fun to watch. It's very fast-moving and fun to watch. The kids always really love watching it, and it gets you in the spirit. It does. It's really nice. And you have Steven Tyler from Aerosmith is in it. Yep. If that's not weird enough. I mean, so
what a cameo.
I know, right? So you have that to look forward to. So check that out. December 10th. I really think I'm going to take my 5-year-old. That is just it's just an awesome experience. But another way that you can get like a North Pole Express experience here somewhere in town.
They do have one in Findlay. So it's a quarter-scale train that goes through a Christmas wonderland. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there as well. There's a gift shop. You probably want to bundle up. It's an older train, doesn't necessarily have the heat, but it's just a couple dollars down in Findlay. So it looks like you can go to Northwest Ohio Railroad Preservation. So it's probably just like right at the railway, which is pretty cool.
So sweet.
Yeah.
That's such a, they said definitely cuddle up with some blankets. It will be chilly, but very Christmassy and fun. And when do you ever get to ride in a train?
You don't.
No.
But you know what? There is, just to give a quick shout out, we did just have Tim McMahon on last week. If you didn't catch that episode, Tim and Allie did such a great job telling us all the best places to go for the holidays in the area.
Fun. All the food, yeah. All the food
and Tim actually mentioned he'll be going out for One Tank Travel. He'll be going to Cleveland for a train ride. So check that out. Make sure you keep an eye out for that as well.
Yes. So actually, they will be filming this. So they're going to actually film it, I think, on the 7th. So it'll probably come out a couple of weeks after that. We're hoping right around Christmas time. Yeah. This is One Tank Travel. They go out to the Cuyahoga Valley. Now, this is the actual Polar Express experience. So you take your kids in their jammies, you get on the train, you take a long ride to the North Pole.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, I've heard about this. A friend of mine said you absolutely have to take the kids to do this. It is an experience that, you'll get a hotel in Cleveland, and, it's just an experience that you have to try at least once. So they are going to go check that out. They're going to have a really fun, that's going to be such a great episode.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, just coming from someone who doesn't necessarily go all in with these things, history of Scroogey, but for the most part, I appreciate seeing things before I go.
Okay, that's a huge...
So, not just for anxiety, but also to know, is it worth it to me? Because it could be amazing for some person, but maybe I'm not the type of person that enjoys that.
Well, I think it's important when you talk about that with kids, too, because every kid is so different.
Yes.
My child is not like other children that may love something that he doesn't. So this will give, if you're nervous, well, my kids like that. Is that going to be something that we'll like as a family? Great way to find out.
Yes.
Watch the episode this year, go next year.
Yeah.
If that seems like something you want to do. So I'm so excited they're actually filming it.
Me too.
Because I heard about it, and he's like, we're going to film it. So if we don't get there this year, which we probably won't this year, at least I can see it and experience it through their amazing
and make plans for next year.
production.
Cleveland doesn't seem very far away, a couple hours, but it is definitely worth the prep, so you want to know.
Yeah. For sure. That's a commitment. Mm-hmm. So maybe this year you just do the Findlay train.
Yeah.
And you definitely go to the Imagination Station Polar, experience.
Yes.
That one's a lot easier.
It is. So, and you get the movie, the beautiful theater, and Imagination Station, another great place to support.
Yeah, we always enjoy talking about them.
Yeah. So look, we love our listeners. Definitely give us a subscribe. Keep listening out. We have 2 more episodes left this year, and then we are done with the season. So we've got a New Year episode coming up in December where we're going to kind of talk about ways to get ahead of those resolutions and declutter a little bit. Some digital tips.
Digital declutter
tips, which I need to get on so I can give you guys those tips. And then we have a surprise finale for the season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're really looking forward to it. We hope you are too.